You know, it's interesting as fuck getting older. And you see your older family members go through some things, and it never really resonates with you in life because, they 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 old until you become one of them, you know, or close to it. Like I'm 47 and I'm starting to really understand some of the things that my mother and her generation understand, if that makes sense. You get to a certain spot in life where you've had a vast majority of the experiences that your parents did. So y'all get to a point where y'all really can connect just as human beings. And if you're lucky enough to get to that point with your parents or parent, either one, um, it's a beautiful thing because then you start to have conversations that 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 make much more sense in a way. Um, that are a little bit easier. And what I'm noticing, like with my daughters, I have daughters that are grown, um, and just the differences in our conversation now. I was pretty young when I had my daughters, so I think that our ability to kind of connect on some real life shit happens a little earlier. You feel me? Um, but it's crazy, man. Getting older is it's like I'm not old where I gotta sit in the chair all day, but I'm not about to go run no full court basketball now either. And there's some cats that's my age that's doing that. But generally speaking, most of us are that's not happening. And if you do, you got a game and a good half in you. Where you can really, really, depending on if you're not in shape at all, you don't even have a game of 21 in you, bruh. Like you tired at 15 points. You proved your point. The old man still got it. You feel me? But yeah, man, it's different, man. It makes you look at everything differently, the decisions you make. And I used to think in my mind that the older you got, the closer you get to death, the more fearless you should be. And for some odd reason, not that you turn into a punk. No, you don't do that. But you've matured enough to realize that every scenario is not a take it there moment. And some of the things that you may not have allowed when you were 25, at 45, don't seem to bother you as much. So I don't know if that's maturity, you being tired. I'm curious as to what people think about that. And that was one of the reasons for wanting to start the Old Head Chronicles. Because I feel like a lot of us are taking too much wisdom to the grave unnecessarily. And not even like the big, oh, he just dropped a gem. Just some regular shit, man. Do you realize there's some cats out there that's 25 years old that have no idea how to tie a tie? That's not their fault. But they get blamed for it. The simplest shit. Like I've helped a young brother tie a tie before. You know who the hell he was. But here's a tool, bruh, that you can use for the rest of your life. This is some shit you can teach your son. That some dude that you randomly came across taught you how to tie a tie. It's the simple things like that, man. The random acts of kindness towards the next generation. It's our turn, and we can be different. We are supposed to be better. And to continuously die with wisdom that you hoarded selfishly for absolutely no real reason is an embarrassment. So, You know, I'm open about a lot of shit. You know, I'm open about the fact that I screwed up not filing taxes, paid their ass for years, and I literally just made my last payment. Not because I owed, but because I was lazy and had never really been taught the importance, the necessity of making sure that filing your taxes is something you do every year. It was just not a conversation that we really had, to be quite honest. You know, and moms had to know to be able to teach me, and we started to repeat that. So I tried to at least, make my daughters aware that this is a necessity. This is some shit you need to do. But why should I just limit that to just them? There's a lot of people out there to do that. And the sad fucking part about it is, yes, I did end up having to refile those years, because you have to refile those years if you want to enter into a payment arrangement. And had I filed those taxes on time, I actually would have gotten a nice piece of change back. That's the sad part. So I end up paying thousands of dollars when I was really owed probably about 4 stacks. And that's my fault. But you deal with it. You make the necessary arrangements, you handle your shit, you get that shit paid off, and you move on and try not to make that same mistake. That's what the Old Head Chronicles is about. So, if you got some wisdom you'd like to share, inbox it to jobstown12345@yahoo.com, and we'll put it on the channel. Don't die with the wisdom, man. Share that shit.